Hello, good day, and welcome to another interesting and exciting segment of the newspaper review for today, the 15th day of March 2022. My name is Cyril Aloysius, reaching you here from Thav TV, Port Harcourt, River State, Nigeria. And of course, as usual, before we bring you the newspaper headlines for today, we'll go on a quick break, and when we come back, the newspaper headlines for you. Do stay with us.
Have you registered for your permanent voter's card? I mean, your PVC. There is a Nigeria we all seek, a place where love, peace, security, and unity can reign supreme.
Waste no time. We want a country where peace and justice will be the order of the day.
Unfortunately, there's a problem. One big challenge this generation has to solve.
Our country cries for help every day. We need able and capable hands to lead and direct.
These capable hands can be you. Have you gotten your PVC? Have you registered for the ongoing voting process? Don't say your vote does not count. Yes, it does.
Have you gotten your PVC? Your apathy towards Nigeria's electioneering process will further inhibit our collective growth and development as a nation. Your refusal to participate and engage will keep us at a standstill. So be intentional.
I have my PVC. Your votes, your voice would go a long way in preventing absolute destruction of this country and the future of our children, the hope of tomorrow.
The 2023 Nigerian elections are just around the corner. Go out and get heard. Don't forget, your vote, your voice. This message is proudly brought to you by Thav Media Limited.
All right, you're welcome back from that quick break and taking you straight now to our first paper for today. We have amongst the headlines in the Punch for today. This one here says, blackout as national grid collapses. Blackout as national grid collapses. Federal government summons emergency meeting. Blackout as national grid collapses. FG summons emergency meeting. Discourse alert power consumers as 19 power plants record zero output. FG, TCN, GenCos, NNPC, oil firms, others hold marathon session. Major firms, public institutions suspend services as blackout lingers. That's on page 18 of the Punch newspaper. And next in the Punch for today, we have confusion as Kyari's wife slumps in court. Confusion as Kyari's wife slumps in court. Suspended DCP remanded. That's on page 12 of the Punch. And next in the Punch, we have 12 days to convention. APC holds forms governors divided. 12 days to convention. APC holds forms. Governors divided. That's on page 2 of the Punch. And next in the Punch, we have inquest. Sylvester died of pneumonia leading to sepsis. Sylvester died of pneumonia leading to sepsis, says doctor. That's on page 4 and 5 of the Punch. Next in the Punch for today, we have rumored planned police strike fake. Rumored planned police strike fake. Mischievous, according to Force HQ. Rumored planned police strike fake. Mischievous, according to Force HQ. That's on page 12 of the Punch. And next in the Punch for today, we have reps. NNPC intervene as flight cancellations leave passengers stranded. Reps. NNPC intervene as flight cancellations leave passengers stranded. That's on page 17 of the Punch newspaper. And lastly, in the Punch for today, we have Wike Obaseki continue verbal war. Wike Obaseki continues verbal war. Governors alleged betrayal. Governors alleged betrayal. Unguarded comments. That's on page 11 of the Punch. Right, that's the much we can take in the Punch. newspaper for today. You want more details on those headlines, do get a copy of the Punch for yourself. Taking you straight now to our next paper for today, we have amongst the headlines in the Nation for today, zoning, anxiety in PDP over presidential ticket. Zoning, anxiety in PDP over presidential ticket. And next, here we have Abba Kyari's wife, Ramatu, collapses in court. Abba Kyari's wife, Ramatu, collapses in court. That's on page 6 of the Nation. Wike Obaseki fight dirty in bid to control Edo PDP. Wike Obaseki fight dirty in bid to control Edo PDP. And next in the Nation for today, we have banks commit 15% capital to insurance bond. Banks commit 15% capital to insurance bond. And next in the Nation, we have why we extended strike for 2 months by ASUU. Why we extended strike for 2 months, according to ASUU. That's on page 28. Local government autonomy. Local government autonomy vote a ruse, according to Akeredolu. That's on page 28 of the Nation. And lastly, in the Nation, we have airline operators to get aviation fuel import license. Airline operators to get aviation fuel import license. That's on page 28 of the Nation. All right, you want more details on those headlines? Do get a copy of the Nation for yourself. And taking you straight now to our next paper for today, we have in this day newspaper, convention, micro zoning tearing APC apart amid leadership crisis. Convention, micro zoning tearing APC apart amid leadership crisis. And next, we have here Atiku formally declare presidential bid on March 23rd. Atiku to formally declare presidential bid on March 23rd. That's on page 8 of this day. And next in this day, we have strike action mutinous. Strike action mutinous. IG cautions personnel. Strike action mutinous. IG cautions personnel. That's on page 6 of this day. And next in this day, lastly in this day, we have nationwide blackout as power grid collapses again. Nationwide blackout as power grid collapses again. All right, that's the much we can take on this day newspaper. Taking you straight now to our next paper for today. We have here amongst the headlines in the Nigerian Tribune, aviation crisis. Aviation crisis. NNPC intervenes as airlines lament 3 days stock of fuel. Aviation crisis. NNPC intervenes as airlines lament 3 days stock of fuel. Next, we have here Wike Obaseki at each other's throat. Wike Obaseki at each other's throats. Next, here in the Nigerian Tribune, we have drug trafficking. Drug trafficking. Abba Kyari plans to flee Nigeria. NDLEA tells court. Abba Kyari plans to flee Nigeria. NDLEA tells court as wife slumps in court. That's on page 2 of the Nigerian Tribune. And next in the Nigerian Tribune for today, we have ASUU extends strike by 8 weeks. ASUU extends strike by 8 weeks. That's on page 5 of the Nigerian Tribune. Next, we have here blackout as grid collapses after losing 1,106 megawatts. Blackout as grid collapses after losing 1,106 megawatts. That's on page 7 of the Nigerian Tribune. And lastly, in the Nigerian Tribune for today, we have Matawale's formula, best antidote to end banditry in Northwest. Matawale's formula, best antidote to end banditry in Northwest. That's according to Arewa Group. That's on page 3 of the Nigerian Tribune. All right, taking you straight to our last paper for today. We have here, amongst the headlines in the leadership for today, states crumbling under security, economic crisis, governors warn. States crumbling under security, economic crisis, governors warn. Lament VAT, stamp duty administration. Politics around Paris club refund. Skewed federal system has eroded states' identities, according to Akeredolu. That's on page 4 of the leadership. And next, in the leadership, we have here Abba Kyari's wife slumps. Abba Kyari's wife slumps as NDLEA opposes bail for husband. Abba Kyari's wife slumps as NDLEA opposes bail for husband. That's on page 6 of the leadership. And next in the leadership, we have here FG, CBN to finance 75,600 NPAR beneficiaries. Federal government and CBN to finance 75,600 NPAR beneficiaries. That's on page 27 of the leadership. And next in the leadership for today, we have NLC backs ASUU strike as students consider vocational skills. NLC backs ASUU strike as students consider vocational skills. That's on page 7 of the leadership. And next in the leadership for today, we have aviation fuel scarcity. Aviation fuel scarcity. We have only 3 days to shut down operations. We have only 3 days to shut down operations, according to airlines. We have only 3 days to shut down operations, according to airlines. And next in the leadership for today, we have APC 6 vacation of court order stopping convention. APC 6 vacation of court order stopping convention. That's on page 6 of the leadership. And lastly, in the leadership for today, we have consumers to pay more for manufactured products. Consumers to pay more for manufactured products. That's on page 25 of the leadership. Right? That's the much we can take in the leadership for today. You want more details on those headlines you heard? Do get a copy of the leadership and the rest papers for yourself. All right, that's the much we can take amongst the newspaper headlines for today. And right about now, we would be moving over to our discussion segment. And before we do that, we'll go on this quick break. And when we come back, we'll take you straight to our discussion segment. Do stay with us.
Have you registered for your permanent voter's card? I mean, your PVC. There is a Nigeria we all seek, a place where love, peace, security, and unity can reign supreme.
Waste no time. We want a country where peace and justice will be the order of the day.
Unfortunately, there's a problem. One big challenge this generation has to solve.
Our country cries for help every day. We need able and capable hands to lead and direct.
These capable hands can be you. Have you gotten your PVC? Have you registered for the ongoing voting process? Don't say your vote does not count. Yes, it does.
Have you gotten your PVC? Your apathy towards Nigeria's electioneering process will further inhibit our collective growth and development as a nation. Your refusal to participate and engage will keep us at a standstill. So be intentional.
I have my PVC. Your votes, your voice would go a long way in preventing absolute destruction of this country and the future of our children, the hope of tomorrow.
The 2023 Nigerian elections are just around the corner. Go out and get heard. Don't forget, your vote, your voice.
This message is proudly brought to you by Thav Media Limited. All right, guys, you're welcome back from that quick break. And Joining me in this discussion segment are two of our most familiar faces. And by those faces, I'm talking about Mr. Victor and Mr. Sunny. Mr. Victor and Mr. Sunny, you're welcome to join us.
Good morning.
Good morning. Straight to the business of the day. Amongst the major headlines in today's papers, the collapse of the grid, which has led to nationwide blackout at the moment, as a result of it losing 1,106 megawatts. And the federal government is currently planning on having a meeting concerning that particular incident. So I really don't know what you make of that particular headline.
It's laughable anyway, because even before the collapse of the grid, have we ever had like steady power in Nigeria? So it's just something that we are already used to.
Okay.
Yes, because in Nigeria you just have to find a way to produce whatever you want. We produce our own water, we produce our own electricity, and yet we pay bills.
So, but currently it's like we are moving from, what I say in local slang, from fry pan to fire.
Yes, things have really deteriorated, you know.
We are trying to cope with the whole fuel situation, transport fare, and the hiking price of things, and then now power.
Yes.
As
yes, it just shows that for me, this government is not like I'm a PDP or APC member.
I've done nothing.
Present government, they really failed for me personally, because how come only your government, medication crisis,
yes,
power crisis, aviation crisis, PMS crisis, it's just too much, and no one you've been able to tackle.
Yes.
To a standstill.
Yes.
Instead, you say you are having meeting upon meetings.
From one excuse to the other.
From the meetings, you don't even come back to tell Nigeria, okay, this is the outcome of our meetings. You know, we are not.
There's no transparency in the government.
Bringing the citizenry into the picture. Yet people are having meetings upon meetings. And I just think since this government came, it has been from one problem to another, from one problem to another, from one problem, and the economy keeps going down, 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 down every day. Just like yesterday, the producers of bread, you know, came out to say that we are shutting down. So that means food scarcity. You know, we are shutting down because flour has gone up.
I think there's also a rumor of police actually going on.
Yes, I saw it yesterday too on the dailies. Police is laughable. You know, for the first time in the history of this nation, police is saying we are going on a 2 weeks warning strike. My dear, if it was in Europe, the president would have resigned.
Yes.
But here, no, they will not resign. They want to stay there. Power. They will hold on till the last minute. You know, so.
Mr. Victor, I don't know if you have anything to say concerning that particular headline.
Well, it's a shameful thing that we are still struggling with electricity in this country. This country is really blessed with resources.
It's a really shameful thing.
We want to go the renewable way. We have lots of minerals to do that and the capacity to do that too. If you talk about water, we've got water. The Atlantic is just behind us.
But corruption will not allow us to.
If you talk about sun, we've got sun here in this country.
Solar energy, yes?
Yes, and we have gas. We have the fossil fuels to do all this.
So what is the problem?
The problem is that our leader, not just this current leader, I don't really blame them when it comes to power.
Predecessors.
It's been there all the time. In 2013, we are recording about 2,500 megawatts. It's just 2,000. Come on, what can you talk? Even while we were kids, when we are young, electricity has been a problem in this country.
Yes.
Okay, in 2013, it was about 2,000.
So we are not surprised. We are used to it already.
No. 2,500. We are expecting that. This is 9 years. But we're expecting that we have at least 10,000 megawatts.
Just that upgrade.
Now, if you compare Ghana to Nigeria, Ghana, they don't have resources like us.
Like you said, it's a shameful thing.
Ghana, they are managing, mind you, they don't have our population, and they are managing their 5,000 megawatts. Then talk about Egypt. Oh my God, Nigeria is laid back.
It's a really shameful thing.
Egypt has about 59,000 megawatts. 59,000 megawatts. Nigeria has just 1,200 as we are talking right now.
And we are the most populated. We are the most populated in Africa.
And we have these resources. We have the advantage, just like I mentioned. If gas is not the problem because of there are saboteurs breaking our pipelines and all that. Come on, we have different ways to get this power.
Let me also add, in terms of this power situation, just like you said, we have all the natural resources to have constant power in this country. We don't have any reason to say why we cannot produce constant power. Let me give you an instance. Look at the north. The north has a lot of sunshine. We can go into wind, the
windmill, yes.
Source of power, which some of these countrysides in Europe used to generate light for the countryside.
Yes.
You understand? Look at here in the south, we have a lot of water wasting. You know, why can't we just say, okay, we want to do the zoning system for power production, give the licenses to the state governments to generate their own lights.
Okay.
But even when those licenses were being bidded for, it became politics. You understand?
Everything is politics in the country.
South now. The PHCN is the one producing light for Bayelsa State and for River State. Come on. But these states, they applied individually to own the right to produce their own power. But just because one person wants to be somewhere, controlling the lights,
everything,
the megawatts, and distribution is also different from the people generating distribution is different from the people marketing.
Yes.
And from past experience and from what I've read of, there's always a division between them, where the marketers are accusing the producers. The producers are accusing the marketers that, oh, we produce these lights, why not come and buy it up from us?
Okay.
You understand? Just because of the billing system, they don't want to buy these lights because and give out meters because they feel that the random billing system which they normally use generates more money from them than the meter system. So there's fraud in between. So no matter how we look at it, you understand?
It's more than fraud.
The mother problem of Nigerian problem is corruption.
Just corruption.
And for me, I always say that for this country to move forward, people need to go down. For Nigeria to move forward, you understand? So you can imagine that it's not even the generation. It's just between them. There are racketeering that is going on. That's what is keeping us where we are as a nation.
That's not. So, Mr. Victor, Mr. Sani, unfortunately, we have to draw the curtain on that particular headline. I also want to know what you think of Abba Kyari's wife slumping in court. Yes, because according to a friend, it's a normal thing. It's a normal thing. I don't know what you think.
Yes, for me, it's not new.
It's not new.
The first time when someone is accused.
We'll revive her.
Okay, you stole money, or you have to be in court. Automatically, the person has what?
Faint ailment. Yes.
They say, I have BP.
Yes.
I have cancer.
Yes.
The snake that swallowed the money.
And the NDLEA is currently telling the federal government that.
And see, they will come up with their lawyers bringing medical reports that this suspect has to go out to London for treatment. Why is it? Are we not ashamed? Are we not ashamed?
Why are we always going out?
Ashamed as a people that anytime there's a problem, there's a court case,
you have to go out.
A suspect wants to go abroad for treatment. Then what happens to just like our president, for crying out loud?
Yes.
How can a president of a nation, the biggest
citizen,
black nation in Africa, in the world, will come out and tell the citizenry that I'm traveling out for a medical issue, for checkup? Is it not? It's
absurd.
Ridiculous.
It's absurd.
Because check out how much was in the budget for renovation of the ASUU Rock Clinic.
My God.
And records have shown that Nigerian medical doctors, they are ranked among one of the best in the world.
Especially when they go out there.
Even here, we have the brain. We have all the specialists you can talk of in this country. We have them here in Nigeria. The bulk of medical doctors living in Nigeria are the young generation doctors, the ones that don't want to hustle the way these older ones. But if you go to our public hospitals, you see old doctors. They are still here, specialists. We have them here. A president will say is going out. So the ASUU Rock Clinic, what is it meant for? It's lying down. We have all the equipments there. Then you travel. You are going to London. So if you feel that the medical facilities there is better, why can't you fix the public hospitals here?
Yes.
I think all these things needs to stop. But those in the Senate that is supposed to implement, and they're also doing the same. So who is going to stop what?
It goes a long way to say how decayed and corrupt the system is. Mr. Victor, I don't know if you have anything to say on that particular headline.
For me, it's inconsequential because she's not a suspect. Okay, maybe she really fainted. Maybe she. I don't think that's the judge shouldn't be even looking at it. That should not affect the matter of
judgment.
But in the country that you and I are at the moment, don't you smell something fishy concerning that particular incident?
No, as far as the suspect
He's
himself.
not the suspect.
Okay, in as much as he came out to say that I think acute diabetes or something of that nature that he needs to, which is just the norm that any major A-class suspect will come up to say I have health
sick,
issues. And
to
when
buy more time.
you see the person having fun and chilling out.
To buy more time.
It's inconsequential as far as I'm concerned. So far, for the wife, for me, it makes no sense.
All right, because of time, let's also draw the curtain on that particular headline. ASUU has extended the strike to extra 2 months. It is not fair. It is not fair in any way to Nigerian students. It is not fair. It's really going to affect us in a variety of ways. I don't know what you have to say concerning that particular headline.
I think for me, ASUU this time around mean business. Yes. And
why didn't they mean this business sense?
They mean business, and to an extent, I'm going to also applaud them.
Okay.
You know, because this country, this government presently that we've seen, if you are not radical with them, sometimes they don't.
You will get what? Yeah, exactly.
Okay, look at, for instance, I was expecting that when this fuel scarcity, for me, this fuel scarcity, personally, my opinion, is artificial. Yes. I just feel some people...
It's political, right?
Yes, some people just came up, just deliberately bought that bad fuel to cause this scarcity so that they can hike the price of fuel. And let me tell you, you see this price, it has come to stay. Except, except there'll be otherwise. Because
well, this is bad
when this thing started, the government said that it's going to take 2 weeks for them to resolve this whole issue. My brother, is more than a month now. You understand? And they've never wanted to come on to talk about the price. Even though 2 days ago they came out to say that they don't have any intention to increase the pump price. But for me and you, this price has come to stay. And it has caused a lot of inflation.
Definitely
this present situation now. So what I was expecting NLC to do, as far as I'm concerned, NLC is in their pockets like this. NLC has never come out to say they are giving the government an ultimatum concerning the fuel issue. Nobody is dragging government. We've not seen anybody get arrested over a month because of this situation.
Yes.
You understand? So I'm going to applaud ASUU because I was expecting NLC to drag governments. Drag them hard.
Really drag them, yes?
Yes, drag them hard because salaries have not increased. Forget about paying of salary. People's salary has not increased. Imagine you are paying somebody 80,000 naira or 30,000 naira for the past 3 years. And I know ministries that have not increased salary for the past 5 years. Promotions have not been affected. They only have promotions on paper. I don't want to call the names of the ministries. They have promotions on paper for the past 5 years. Especially in the states. Promotions, yes, they give you the promotion letters, but it has not been affected.
Yes.
So what are we saying? You keep paying the same amount, but the inflation things keep increasing every day. So for me, NLC is not doing their work. Because if they were doing their work, if there had been a shutdown in the system, you know, government would have woken up.
But is it that these politicians actually, is it that they don't really have an iota of sympathy in their heart for the citizens? Because it's almost like this moment you are crying for one thing and then they are planning They're not sitting down planning the next move on how to hurt the citizens.
They will tell you they didn't plan it. It just came. But for me, this thing we're experiencing
It's a plan. Yes.
It's deliberate. That is how I look at it.
So, Mr. Victor, do you have anything to say concerning the ASUU strike extended by 2 months?
Yes, first of all, I want to add this. For a sane government, you should be able to provide minimum of 2 things: security and welfare. And this government has
Failed.
On both ends.
Yes.
Now talking about ASUU, in fact, recently they started threatening them that they will take them to industrial court. Just like what they did during the doctor strike. And you know the effect Nigeria lost, as in we lost
Doctors.
due to the doctors the court, taking them to court.
Yes.
Boom! Saudi Arabia came and packed our doctors, if you can remember. That doctors
without visas.
They went to the embassy where, if you see the crowd submitting application, before you know it, they left the shores of this country. Go to the UK, go to the US.
Nigerian doctors, yes. And they are doing well.
Of course. A lecturer came on air to say that he does not think, as in, he was lecturing in the University of Lagos. He left the shores of this country to the US, and he was saying that he does not think that he needs to come back to Nigeria again.
You can imagine. You can imagine.
Everything he wants over there. That in fact, to see his family members, he prefer to meet them in another country. They maybe come closer to Nigeria, maybe Ghana. Is that serious?
And that's a slap on the face of Nigeria as a country.
Is that
Yes,
serious?
now.
So they should handle this very well, because already the welfare, Nigerians are suffering, lecturers are suffering, not just people are suffering in this country. And when they get that little hope outside the shores of this country,
And you wanted to come back.
Same thing happening. Okay, look at Ukraine. The war is going on there. Nigerians have refused to
Come back.
That's to tell you that there's fire on the mountain here.
Then another thing that is making this country to really go down. Sorry, I want to say something about the previous government. It's not like I'm not a party member.
Okay.
But we cannot keep saying, oh, they are the politicians. They are the politicians. See, if we want to get things right, we have to be deliberate. We have to be intentional as a citizen. And the citizens have a whole lot to play. You understand? Look at the ongoing registration process. Get registered. That's the only way your voice can be heard. Don't say, oh, not them. Whether you like it or not, it will still come back to you. You understand? Get registered, play your part. And let us elect the right people into offices. One, for me, education is very important. We cannot have a president that have there's discrepancies with his results and everything.
His educational background
then we
is
have
shaky.
a vice president that is a professor. Obviously,
Who is leading who?
The difference is
Yes.
clear. You understand? Look at the previous governments to this one. The difference is the margin is too much,
It's too
because
clear.
you can see that when this other president was here, he brought in experts in every field. He will not come and employ a minister of economy that doesn't know anything about
Economics, yes.
Look at the minister of health. He makes sure he brought back our citizens that were abroad. They were experts to handle all these positions. That is why you see that the economy was moving. Yes, were they in debt? Yes, they were in debt. You understand? Okay. They brought in Koji Wala. She was an expert in that field.
Yes.
You understand? So you have to look. But this government, they are doing, once you did not support them, so that means governance is all about inclusion. Inclusion. If you know that this person is doing well and he's not in your party, just because you want the country to move forward, you bring the person in.
Yes.
To handle that place. But no, here it's all about politics. He's not in my party, so therefore he cannot work. You bring a politician, somebody that read English, to come and be Minister of Aviation.
Politics here seems more like war.
Then you the president is Minister of Petroleum.
Petroleum. You don't know anything about petroleum. You understand?
Politics here seems more like war, actually.
So that is why Nigeria is where it is. Until we start to bring in experts in various fields. If you are going to be DG of aviation, you must have read aviation. You would have.
You must know something about.
You would have grown through the ranks. That's why you see Desiani to an extent. When people talk about her, I just keep quiet because whether you like it or not, she grew through the ranks.
Yes.
Even before she became a minister. You understand? Yes. Was she corrupt? I don't know because it has not been proven in court. But you have to bring people from.
She has done her homework.
Integrity too.
Yes, integrity.
As far as I'm concerned, that woman messed up the country.
Yes, but Mr. Victor, you have to bring. What I'm saying is that for us to move as a nation, we have to bring people that are experts in various fields.
Okay.
You don't just bring people because they are your friends.
Mr. Victor and Mr. Sunny, thank you so much for your contributions in the show today. Thank you so much, Mr. Victor. Thank you so much, Mr. Sunny. But unfortunately, we have to call it a day on today's newspaper review. And for you over there who has been watching us, thank you so much for sticking there. Without you, we would not be here. And do well to follow us on our social media handles. On Twitter, it's at Thav TV. Instagram, it's at Thav TV _NG. On Facebook, it's at Thav TV. And on YouTube, it's at Thav TV. And do well to turn on the notification bells in your YouTube so you will be notified on when we come online and when we drop our new videos. My name remains Cyril Aloysius, and this is what we call it a wrap on today's segment of the newspaper review. And until I come your way again next time, do have a wonderful day.